I'm in a precarious situation. Almost certainly more dogs are. Definitely heard a grizzly bear. And this bird I'm training stops me every once in a while. Hyper vigilant. We don't get snuck up on. Bears on our left. There it went. Just whatever the bird dropped, but it won't be as good as what I've got here. For sure, for sure. Get back to the bottom of the mountain, we'll stop and cook food. Check the bird progress. We're looking for 1,000 points. XP. I have a fully trained bird, and this will be the first one as far as I'm aware. At least the first one in our group that'll be fully trained, and it is a legendary owl. So when he comes back, if you look close, you can see that dead. In fact, that is what the zombie bird. Little pelts are not worth my bullets when I only have 25 left. We're gonna get down to the bottom of the mountain. We'll stop and cook food. Then we're gonna ride into a crypts. There's snake. We'll sell all this shit. We'll go buy some bullets. Shit like that. Maybe a gun with a scope if I can remember which ones those are meant to be. But that would be the difficult part for me, is remembering. Have a very fancy blacksmith. It's most... Look. Headshots are the way to be. Of course. One good headshot from this gun will put down most large animals. The big ones, the elk and grizzlies and shit, are gonna take a couple. Otherwise, this bolt action does me pretty well. Oh, another one stopped. See, my bird is gonna stop me from shooting right now. The males give you antlers. If you can get both, that's great. You, of course, have a preference for males. More cash influx on that one. And yeah. We'll just send the bird back. That's our main mission here, is to train this bird to 1,000 for its owner. Who in most cases I'm certain would reward us handsomely, but she does our horse training. I do her bird training now. Fair trade. This is a little more labor intensive, of course, than training horses, because it takes, probably, I don't know, this will be the first one I fully complete. I'm guessing probably 3 to 4 hours of rather constant hunting or scavenging with the bird to get him all the way up to 1,000. But I can imagine it's going to be an excellent bird when it's finished. Here he comes. Oh, maybe you have enough light to get at him. There, see, he's all rotted out. Bruce. He's a zombie. What's life without a zombie bird, I guess? That's what the Old West is about. Heracles the zombie bird. Birds. Right, and the audio is incredibly important when you're playing this. Like, there is so many audio cues. Like, there's an elk somewhere relatively near me on my right. It's directional, so you will want headphones, of course. This does not look like it's going to be a way down. Let's see if we can't find that elk. Oh, we're going to set up camp, actually. Firemen at this point. I think I have any... out here to this little opening. Down our fancy campfire, if I can find it. Oh, logs. So we'll pick frog. I've got an axe on me this occasion. Bird. Got some logs to make our fire. We are hungry and thirsty. And I'm auto walking, so that's pleasant. There we go. That fixed. Now, fire. That looks like a nice spot. So she's gonna kneel down 17 miles away. Now my bird's coming. Don't die in the process. I like to carry a lot of water because I'm terrible about remembering to drink. Absolute shit. The worst. Okay, so we'll do some food. This bird off so he's out of our way. Oh, there's one. The menus are a bit tedious, but it's easy to look past that. Given everything else you get out of this server, it's unbelievable. Like, nobody's perfect. These guys are doing amazing. We are having the most fun with this. See, looks like we got a rabbit coming in. Not going to be able to get it because it's too close to fire, probably. We're just going to send him home for a minute, and then we'll check his XP. He's been on a number of trips since last I checked. So for a normal player, you're going to get 1 XP for every hunting trip your bird goes on. And that is rough when you're looking for 1,000. As a trainer, I get 10 XP, so I move about 10 times quicker than everybody else. And I think that is pretty good bonus. Not as fast as horse training, because those can be done in like 5 to 8 minutes. But this is definitely a mad improvement. Let's eat some of this before we starve up here. And we'll keep. Now you can collect herbs and things, and I was an herbalist for a minute, but that really wasn't panning out for me. Not enough interaction with people. And so now I'm a bird trainer. So like you can get mint and oregano for these herbed meats, and those they do sell more, and they give you more health and stamina and things. So it's always helpful. But herbs are hard to come by unless you just buy them at the store, which is the easiest thing to do. So my character, she's a Pride Sin, and she is a member of the 7 Deadly Sins gang. We run as a group here. I'm sure you can guess at least part of the name of each of the others. I got a horse trainer, a blacksmith, a miner, a rancher, and a bird trainer now. And then a couple undecided fellows. Oh, the weather is another one. Look at this sky. Like, the weather system in this is absolutely phenomenal. I've had one of those lightning bolts land close to me. It was unbelievably loud. Like, I thought I was going to have to go to a doctor for a hearing. Crazy freaking loud. But everything visually is absolutely stunning. And look at all this food we produced just from that hunting trip. Like, it'll go a long ways. And then we'll set up our thing and a rack, and we'll cure all our hides as well, and then go sell them to the crypts. You get a little bit better money to have already cured your hides. And our wonderful blacksmith Major Gluttony, he has very kindly created me a tanning rack. Wow, I'm on it for words today. But we can walk through that a little bit too when we're done cooking. So you'll see, yeah, the oregano this, or minty that. All the different spices you can cook, and the different things. You got game meats, fishes, mutton, beef. If you have a scavenger bird, they'll bring you berries, and you can make berry juice. And that does a lot better on, like, it gives you more water than just water. More hydration than just water. While we're here, we'll make a couple other things just to clear our inventory a little bit. We can make some gunpowder. Oh, there's a snake right there. Look at him. I imagine he's dangerous if he were to get us. But he's moving the other direction. I was once bit by a muskrat, but I have not been bit by a snake. There may be a venom mechanic where you slowly die over time, and that would be pretty awesome. And so we'll take this gunpowder and things, and we're going to just give that to Major Gluttony when he's around, so that he can make us bullets and things. So, crafting takes a minute, and I like that. I think it gives you a fair use of time. You wouldn't be crafting gunpowder instantly. These things take a little time. So I do enjoy that mechanic. Major also uses the string to craft things like the frames, the tanning frames, the some guns, lanterns, specialty items that are available to blacksmiths only. So it's good for him to have those crafting materials available. And of course, when the others arrive, we'll go live on Twitch as well. And I'll post that Twitch link in the description below. If you guys are interested, I do about 6 to 10 hours right now daily in this game. This is New Dakota River Bend, Red Dead RP. And we are having a blast with it. I got up this morning, the first thing I wanted to do was train birds. Even though it's exceptionally labor intensive. I'm told that the horse training is more mini game based, so you'll do like 3 to 5 rounds, but you have a mini game that you have to play out to make that training stick. But the trained horses are way better than the untrained ones. It's a massive stat increase to both birds, dogs, and horses to be properly trained, either by their owners or a professional trainer. There's a job selection mechanic. You get to a board and it gives you specific roles. Oh, we got somebody rolling up here. So we're gonna stop and watch them leave. Guns are ready. There's of course robbery mechanics, so you do want to be somewhat leery of other players. But this server has excellent rules, and they're enforced very well. So as long as you're somehow clipping with metal or Twitch or just basic recording, OBS, whatever you want to use to clip with, if you can prove that someone has broken a rule, they can fix things that way. Okay, I think we're all done in this menu. So we'll come over here just a little bit. Doesn't interfere with our fire. And we can start sending the bird back out because this one doesn't mess up for the bird to land. We'll build this here. Process all of our hides as well. Okay, so we'll call the bird back out so he can get back to hunting. And if you see, he's almost there. We have 14 more trips with this guy. You'll see there that he had 860 XP, and we're shooting for 1,000, so we're gonna need 14 more trips with that specific bird to get him up full XP. So we'll send him out, and then we're going to use this here to make our pelts into hides. So we're starting with a coyote skin, and based on the size of the skin, you're going to get a different number of cured hides. So we got 2 from that. You'll see when we get into the smaller animals, the skunks and raccoons and things, those are going to be just 1. And some of the larger animals, when we get to those, you're going to see more. So this is the ram hide. We'll probably get 3 or 4. Yeah, so we got 3 there. Oh, we need some water. Like I said, I'm always, always dying of thirst and hunger because I don't pay attention enough. I really, really should. And here comes our bird. 13 to go. Oh, he brought us a froggy this time. Oh, he might mess it up too, apparently. Normally I don't have a problem. Up enough away. The frogs and little animals like this, they're only going to sell for $1. So if I lose a few to make something more worthwhile, it's certainly worth it to me. So there's a rabbit skin that only made 1 hide, but 1 hide is worth more than 1 rabbit skin would be if I sold it as it is. So this extra step does add quite a bit of value if you can acquire a frame. To purchase one is going to cost you like $. Buck pelt gave me 3. Here comes the bird again. He is coming so much faster than when we started. So when I started training him, he was probably 2.5 minutes a trip. And now we're going way quicker than that, for sure. But he's all bloody and gross. Really like him a lot. I believe he is only available to bird trainers. I could be totally wrong about that, but we haven't seen him at the bird smugglers. And to access the bird store, you will have to be a bird trainer or know a bird trainer. And so the bird cost $550, this particular one. And I would say I'd probably sell him for about $1,200 if he was mine to sell at full XP. I don't know for sure how much other bird trainers cost, but just based on the time it spent, I would probably double that original buy price, sell it back. So that elk gave us 5 hides, which is great. And here comes the bird again. He is moving hecka quick now. We're almost finished with him. And so you have 3 types of birds. You got the hunting birds, they'll bring you animals. Scavenger birds will bring you literally anything. You can get strings, metal ores, rocks, water, berries, literally anything, it seems like. And that makes it a thing to have more than 1 bird. If you want to be able to get everything, you're probably going to want to get at least 3. And the higher levels, the better stuff they're going to bring you, I'm sure. We started with this owl exclusively bringing us brown rats for a good long while. So when we get to crypts to sell them, I can assure you we will be selling quite a few brown rats. Muskrat skin, that'll probably just give us one. Working on now another muskrat. Oh yeah, he brings a lot of muskrats, so we're into things that the bird has brought us. I don't think we've done the wolves yet. We picked up the hill. Nope, we're out of pelts, so I must not be able to do this. What is this? It's a little blue jay. Look at that. We're just going to be able to sell this carcass. Let's look at our inventory. So we're overweight. We're going to want to use our backpack now. We don't get slowed down. Let's see if we have anything processed. We have 50 cured animal hides. I'm thinking that's going to be about $350. 11 snakes. Birds. Toads. Rats. Couple squirrels. Woodpeckers. And all of these things can be sold. The teeth, the horns, all of that's going to get sold at the crypts. So once the bird is finished, we will go down to the crypts and sell it all. Oh, guy over there. Muskrat. And you don't have to, I know some servers you have to carry around corpses to get anything from them. This is, it just goes in. So we got a scent gland and a fur from that guy. Go ahead and cure that immediately and wait for a bird to come along. You bring us this time, it looks like a woodpecker. A little more. Oh, I always do that and then it messes up my walking forever. You start in an animation. Or if you're doing an animation while you open a menu. We'll just wait for that bird to come back for a minute. All right, guys. I think we'll actually go ahead and cut it here, and bird up real quick. At 910, so he only has 9 trips left. You do get stuck while you're waiting for your bird, which is kind of... Again, it's a thing we can handle. Once we get through this bird training, we'll run down to the crypts and then we'll call it a video. We have some fun terminology we use. So if you're going AFK, you'll be going in your head. Or if you have something to do IRL, you do in-head stuff. Is what I'll need to do here in a few minutes. So hopefully this bird will hurry up and see. We can mark the nearest crypts. You'll see. Oh, he's very close. This little bull, this little red bull, it's gonna be the guy that buys your skins and products. And his name or their name, they call it a crypts. I'm not sure. I'm sure that has some actual meaning. I am just not smart enough to know it. Hey, look who needs water again. Always me. So we got Earl. It's good because they don't require any extra processing time, but they're only worth $1. It's just got a couple more runs left. Y'all finished up. It is sometimes a lot of standing around. There's a camp mechanic coming, I believe, where you can just build like a permanent camp or a semi-permanent camp for multiple people to use, campfires, you know, things like that. Tents. And you can put a tent down now. It just will go away as soon as the reset stat happens. That is every 12 hours, I believe, but they call it the storm. We got a skunk. I was kind of hoping this bird, after a certain level, would start bringing me things like foxes and stuff, and he might still once he hits cap. But we will find out shortly. As there is no temperature regulation either. Questioning. I'm just wearing my backpack on one shoulder, it appears. Yeah, hopefully if you are an aspiring bird trainer or hunter or just looking for some basic game mechanics on this particular server, it will be somewhat useful to you. Otherwise, maybe it's mildly entertaining. Check his XP. Do that by using the whistle. We have 5 calls left, including the one he's on. We're literally almost there. Looks like he is a frog. Nope, that's a muskrat. You can shoot other birds, of course. If you shoot a player bird, they'll probably come after you. If your animal is injured, you can take it to a vet. Have it healed there. Nope, that was accurate. I do always try to use the escape button instead of the backspace to exit menus, and that's not for you. Except open the game menu. Now you don't have to feed birds. You do have to feed dogs. You do have to feed horses. Helps in their training, their bonding. So that's a thing. But as a trainer, yeah, there's just quite a lot of just waiting around. Let's see exactly how long our next trip will take him to. Another muskrat. We'll time it here. How long that takes. There's fun emotes. You can play guitar. At least the men can play guitar. If you have a chair, you can play violin. Things like that. There's a lot of entertainment to be had, and obviously, the most entertaining part is the social interaction with other players. That is 100% what everyone's here for. Here he comes back. We're at a minute. So a minute, 15 seconds to bring me this skunk. I believe we only have 2 more rounds before he's done. Oh, another thing about bird training would be that hunting and fishing birds, they drop the item right in front of you, like you've been seeing. If you were to use a scavenger bird, they put that directly in your inventory. So if you plan on going on a long horse ride and you want your bird to be collecting things, you're going to want to be using that scavenger bird for those, because it can deliver things while you are on horseback. See, every time, I swear. And clear up these skins we've been making while he's gone. We just have one more trip after the one he's on. Oh, that was even quicker, I think, than the minute he did last time. Oh, we got a snake. Very nice. It'll be his last trip before he's returned to his owner. We'll just wait on him to come back and he will be finished. We can start on another bird in our list of birds that need to be trained. But I'll take you all down to the crypts, show you what kind of money we make, because I've only been, since I started this bird, we've only been hunting and collecting the things the bird brings us. So you can expect something in this sort of range as far as income from the items the birds bring you. And if you want to hunt while you're doing it, if you want to do something else while you're doing it, you could probably make better, more, less income. Couldn't say. So to call our horse, we're going to have to get closer to the ground. We got to be near a road. Oh, let's make sure he's actually done. Yep, that is a fully leveled bird. We'll send him one last time just to see if it expands past that, but I am told that the training cap on birds is 1,000 XP. Which, imagine doing that 1 XP at a time. That would be something. So I'll just call our horse over. Ah! We're gonna go for a ride. He hit a log. My bad. That will happen. So we're gonna do that just to get off of our horse before the bird arrives. He drops. Oh, very good. It wasn't something that needed to be cured. So this is going to be the guy that sells you things. Let's see if he... Nope, he's stuck at 1,000. Perfect. We're going to send him home. And we'll open up the shop here. Sell all our stuff. We're going to sell... Let's start by selling... cured hides. We got 55. That's going to make us $302. Then we've got other things. We won't have any pelts, as far as I can tell. A wolf, maybe, because I don't remember doing that one. Nope, we must have done it. Okay, so we got, like, feathers. I don't know. I killed a bird earlier. But I can never remember what I have, so I just kind of click them all. But I don't think we have... Well, we'll just go to small carcasses. So we have a blue jay. That'll sell for $1. And all of these small carcasses are going to sell for $1. We got 19 bullfrogs. We'll have some squirrels. Definitely have some woodpeckers. So we made about $400. I haven't done the teeth and stuff, but we made about $400 so far. And we'll have a little bit more to make afterwards. So yeah, that's pretty much a little bit of a day in the life. Gonna fly out over here until ready to come back. So thanks for coming, guys. I'm glad you watched the video. Appreciate you a ton. Please like, subscribe, check me out on Twitch, all that fun stuff, and I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.